Hello. Today I will be talking to you about the Detroit Red Wings by Anthony Ashmore. Origins of the Red Wings. The Detroit Red Wings did not always go by this name. They originated as the Detroit Cougars, playing their home games in not Detroit, but in Ontario. After going nearly bankrupt and having a few terrible back-to-back seasons, the new owner, Jack Adams, changed the name for a few seasons called the Falcons. However, in 1932, after being bought out by millionaire James Norris, he and Adams decided on a new logo and a new name, the Red Wings. With this, they were one of the original six NHL teams, including the New York Rangers, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Montreal Canadiens, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Boston Bruins. Since the Red Wings' existence in the NHL, they have accumulated 11 Stanley Cups, which is the ultimate prize in any league of hockey. Every player around the world competes to play in the NHL and to be able to kiss the Stanley Cup. The first cup came to the organization in 1936 when they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Detroit Red Wings have the most Stanley Cup wins out of any United States based NHL team. Now, for perhaps five of the greatest hockey players to ever play for the Detroit Red Wings, the Russian Five. This consisted of Vyacheslav Fedosov, Vladimir Konstantinov, Sergei Fedorov, Igor Larionov, and Vyacheslav Kozlov. These five became notorious around the league as the amount of goals and points they would put up was amazing. The chemistry that they had together was something the league had never seen before, and it was mesmerizing to watch them play. In this picture, we can see them with the three most prestigious trophies in hockey, including the Stanley Cup, that they won all in the same year. Watching these five was absolutely amazing, and no matter what team you rooted for, if these five were playing, it was always a pleasure to get to watch them together. Now on to some of the greats. Steve Yzerman entered the Detroit Red Wings in the National Hockey League at the age of 19. At the young age of 21, Steve Yzerman was named captain and got to wear the C on his jersey. He is one of the youngest captains in NHL history. He is a 10-time elected All-Star, and he led the franchise to three Stanley Cups, which is just a little over a fourth of the Stanley Cup wins. This is an amazing feat for a captain because it takes great leadership, great pride, and excellent skill in order to lead an entire organization to three Stanley Cups. Steve Yzerman is well known throughout Detroit as he has made his name forever imprinted in all of the Detroit fans' minds. Another great is Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe has the nickname Mr. Hockey for perhaps being one of the greatest hockey players to ever play the game. It is said that sometimes Steve Yzerman was on Gordie Howe's level. However, Steve Yzerman insists that Gordie Howe was simply the best hockey player to ever play for the Detroit Red Wings. While Gordie Howe played, he accumulated four Stanley Cups. As you can see in this picture, you can see that he was the captain. In 1980, he retired and was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. So, some people may ask, what is Detroit up to in present day? Upgrading from what they used to be, there are now 30 NHL teams. They have hopes of continuing the longest playoff appearance streak, which this year would be 25 straight years of being in the playoffs. That is longer than over half their fans have even been alive. They are currently in 8th place in the league, which, if they keep this up, they will continue their playoff streak. They play out of Joe Louis Arena, one of the most sacred hockey homes to ever be built. However, due to Detroit and the city financials, they have to tear down Joe Louis Arena, and they are making a new home, a Joe Louis Arena 2.0, if you will. Recently, this year, there's a new head coach, Blashill, who took place of Mike Babcock, one of the greatest coaches in NHL history. Detroit fans were not sure on how Blashill would do. However, he is, as I stated earlier, leading the team to be 8th in the league and can hopefully continue their playoff run. Along with this, they have many changes to their roster as they are constantly finding young, new talent from around the globe. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.